Hello fellow YouTubers, Bear Prepper here. So today we're going to make one of my favorites, Texas toast. And we're going to make homemade egg bread to make that Texas toast. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are your ingredients. You need flour, 4 eggs, 2 tablespoons of yeast, 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, reduce that if you're using salted butter, 2 cups of milk, a pan, a mixer, 2 bread pans, and an oven. Alright, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to sift your flour. And you need 7 cups of flour to start. You're going to need probably 1 more cup of flour than this. And you're just going to put it in your little sieve here and shake it out until you have it all sifted. You're going to go ahead and add your yeast and sift it on through too. Get any lumps out. See that? We got a couple little lumps. We can actually pound it and get those out, but that's the purpose of it. While I have this out, I'm going to take 2 turns of oil and put it in the bowl. So that's all ready for me. I love these containers. They work really wonderful. Alright, next step is you're going to take your milk, sugar, butter, and salt and put it all in a pan. I'm going to put this on the oven, on the stove, and we're going to warm it up slowly. You're going to do that at medium-high heat. In the meantime, I'm going to take my eggs and I'm going to crack them into the bowl. And you're going to use 4 eggs, like I said. Most recipes call for 3, but I tell you what, the best Texas toast ever is made with 4. And they're pretty good size eggs, so I would say 4 large ones. These are from my hens, so of course they're yummy delicious. We're going to take a whisk here, and we're just going to whisk these up. Just want to get them combined. It makes it easier when you're mixing it in your mixer. While we're waiting on the milk, the next step that you can do is I'm going to make a topping for my Texas toast. So I've got a half a stick of butter, which is a 1/4 cup. Once you have your butter melted, we're going to take about a tablespoon and a half, depending on how much you like. And since this is unsalted butter, you can either add some salt. I'm going to add a little extra touch of garlic salt, so that I get some salt in here. Probably about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, your choice. And then we're going to add olive oil to top. Take it right up to that rim. Take a canning lid, toss a canning lid on it, tighten her down, and shake. And there you go. That is your topping for your Texas toast. Looks like our butter is just about melted. We're going to turn it off. Now be careful, you don't want to boil this. And then as you stir, the butter will finish melting. Alright, so what we have here is our warmed milk, our flour, yeast, and our eggs. We're going to go ahead and put the mixer down. We're going to turn it on low. We're going to drizzle in our milk. Do about half of it. And then gently pour in about half of your eggs. And then finish up with your milk. Whoops. Okay, being a lefty, I'm going to have to go this way because I'm spilling my milk. I need to adjust my mixer lever here again. that in. Finish off with your egg. You're going to just mix till combined. I'm going to take a touch. Very wet. This is where I told you you'd need that other cup of flour. I don't worry about sifting this last cup of flour because of the fact that the mixer's moving and you're dousing it in a little at a time. And we're just going to put it in here until it kind of forms a ball. Put some flour on the surface, kind of spread it around, get this out of the bowl, and drop it on our surface. And we're going to do this for about 6 minutes. You really want to get your shoulders in there because you want to release those glutens so that it does a nice rise on you. This for 6 minutes. You want to roll it over, make it a pretty round ball, and you want to spin it in your bowl. And you want to get all sides coated with that beautiful oil. And then you set it in your bowl, cover it, hour and a half, we're going to let it sit. Isn't that beautiful? Just plunge her down, then divide her in half. I don't mess with it too much. I just kind of tuck her in and pop her in the pan. And I've sprayed the pans, but you can grease them or butter them. Butter will tend to burn a little bit, so use an oil, lard or something. And I just tuck them under because it's going to rise so much those seams are going to disappear. And we get them in the pan. Flatten them out a little bit if you want them to really fill the pan up corner to corner. Now we're going to take these and I leave a distance between them because I'm using a single towel and I want to have some loose towel in the center here so that as they rise they don't pull on each other. So it's been about 35 minutes and voila, isn't that beautiful? So we're going to get this in the oven at 375 for 20 minutes and then we're going to cover it with foil and cook it the last 15 minutes. You take them out of the pans, you want to lay them on their sides. You don't want to lay it on the top or the bottom because the bottom already has a higher moisture content. And you kind of want to give it the best amount of surface you can give it to cool down. We won't cut this until it's cooled down and then we'll make our Texas toast. Once it's cooled down a little bit, you want to take some olive oil, just a little bit, and just rub it over. So once it's cooled down, you want to use a serrated knife. And being a lefty, I can't start here, so I'll start here and then show you. I got to position the camera a different way. But look at that. See how it's kind of golden yellow inside? You're going to cut 1-inch thick slices. And I like to go ahead and you want to shake this up really good. And you won't be able to do all of these at the same time unless you have a really big one. And we're just going to take the brush. And I love these brushes they come out with now, the silicone ones. They really work well. And just remember to kind of grab towards the bottom if you want some of those pieces of garlic. We're going to put these under the broiler. And we're just going to brush the second half. Once they grill on one side, you want to flip them over. And repeat on the second side. Now you can freeze these without the cheese on them. Add cheese right before you're going to serve. But I like to make some of these up for my daughter. She, you know, doesn't necessarily want to cook it fresh every time she wants a Texas toast. Just kind of moving around a little bit. That was a lot of cheese. That's a cup of cheese and half a cup of Parmesan. We're going to throw these back in the oven. Where your cheese is melted, you now have Texas toast. Don't those look wonderful? I freeze them individually on a baking sheet. And then you can warm up in the oven or in the microwave. Save your second loaf or go ahead and do it up too. This is actually my third loaf, fourth loaf. So I've got quite a bit of Texas toast. I'm going to give my mama that loaf of bread and the other one's in the freezer. So there you have it, from my kitchen to yours. Delicious. Blessings.